Hello, my name is Ashana Williams, and we're going to take a look at how France is taking on the unexpected in disaster management today. France is located in Western Europe, also known as the French Republic. The country is made up of overseas regions and territories. France's disaster management system was previously made up of two different components, man-made and natural hazards. Over time, the French evolved into managing high-risk disasters together and not separately. Our first concern would be mitigation, which is being able to decrease the cost of life and assets by implementing risk analysis and encouraging citizens to get flood insurance in the country. The risk of human and financial consequences can be somewhat eliminated. France came to the conclusion to do some mitigation of its own once the disaster took place at the Fukushima nuclear plant in Japan, which is shown here to your left. Secondly, being prepared just in case is ideal for a disaster. There are many different activities that are used to reinforce preparedness, such as procedural support systems, workshops, assessments, trainings, and certifications. France plans for nuclear flood, extensive temperature storms, and forest fires on a regular. The disaster that the country is most prone to is storms. If you take a look at the chart, you'll see where the storms are high in occurrence. Here you're going to find a recent major flood that took place in France, the dates and the different locations. However, how well you respond to a disaster could make or break the event. Effective and efficient response is always necessary when lives and properties are at stake. The response of an emergency contains protection from any further loss or damaged property. While experiencing the four phases of emergency management response can be the most difficult, there is limited information given. This makes way for the most stressful periods. Then environment is constrained for time to survive. Here you'll see where the firefighters, which are the first responders, and the hazmat technician and hazmat teams come out for local trainings and their guidelines, and you can actually see them at work here in France. Disaster recovery plays a very important role in the emergency management phase. The country begins this phase by repairing, recovering what was lost, and rebuilding just to get the country, community, and citizens back to normalcy. Some of the key components to having a successful recovery after a disaster would be planning, coordination, information damage assessment, money and supplies, insurance, and government-based emergency relief funds. France is one of the few countries that provide every citizen with adequate compensation in the event of suffering damage due to a natural disaster. This good level of this good level of cover results from the combination of four schemes which, because they are complementary, provide assistance for every type of damage, whether caused by an insurable or non-insurable peril, also known as CatNat. Recovery is not expected to be overnight in some cases, and the process can take years. So this is helpful from the government. Now that French can handle high-risk to low-risk disasters, they are coping with the unexpected head-on. However, there is still room for improvement when it comes to mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery in the well-known and visited country of France.